Are you in your feelings? Are you in your feelings? And if you are, is there a problem with that? Is there a problem with being in your feelings? Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, I want to delve into this whole sense of our emotions. This whole sense of our emotions. And so I want to raise the question, are you in your feelings? And would you know whether you are in your feelings or not? And is it a productive thing or not? Well, let's get into this morning's manna and share the word with you on this morning. I hope you had a wonderful worship on yesterday. We certainly did. The Lord came in a powerful way as we put the period at the end of the sentence with respect to dealing with power, still rolling out that whole Pentecost piece and dealt with the power of community, dealt with the power of community. And the Lord came in and blessed not only in worship, but the word. Folk got saved and all of that. How about that? Let's get with it on this morning. Good morning, Pamela. How are you? Elder Mobley, how are you? Brenda, how are you? Ori, how are you? Carolyn, how are you? Brother Pope, how are you? Elder Jan, how are you doing on this morning? Vicky, how are you? Pastor Richard, again, happy anniversary, New Life, Monrovia, powerful ministry there. Just continue to lift up our ministry and our church there in Monrovia, Liberia, as well as Cote d'Ivoire, Africa, and Abidjan, Africa, if you will, and Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast there. So continue to lift them up because they're doing great work there. Good morning, Lydia. How are you on this morning? Minister Sent, how are you on this morning? Dawn, how are you on this morning? Ella, how are you on this morning? What a good morning. Peggy, how are you? Wendy, how are you on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you doing on this morning? This morning we are want to investigate this whole thing about emotions. Are you in your feelings? And is it bad to be in your feelings? What's wrong with being in your feelings? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. And before I get into all of that, let's just put it in context. Let's just put it all in context. When I say that, we are very much emotional beings, and God has given us emotion for a reason. We tend to push back on them, but this morning I want to delve a little bit deeper into our emotions. Let's get into that. Let's get in because there's aspects of your brain that really causes you to develop and to grow even more when you tap into those emotions. And if you push back on them, that PTSD can kick in. But overall, let's talk about that. Are you in your feelings? Are you in your feelings? And here we go. Here we go. Before I give you that again, I want to give you some scriptures here. It's the text to talk, the takeaway. Philippians 4:6 says this: do not be anxious about anything. Do not be anxious about anything. But listen to this. Even Jesus wept. He was in his feelings. He was tapped into his emotions. I want you to grab this. Grab this now. It is the shortest scripture that there is. And then notice this. It also tells us to rejoice. Isn't that an emotion? Yeah. Let's keep talking about this. Let's keep talking about these emotions here. And then in Psalm 42:5 says this: why, my soul, are you so downcast? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God. God asked Cain that very same thing in a very similar way. He said, look, why are you downcast? Why are you angry? Let's get into this whole piece about our emotions. Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious. Didn't say don't be emotional. Don't let this particular emotion take over. There's three things I want to raise up with respect to in your feelings. In your feelings. One is trust God, not your feelings. Now, your feelings are there for a reason. What does your feelings do? Your feelings, second thing, your feelings raise the specter of your faith. When I feel my feelings, it reminds me I have to have faith. It's not an exclusion of it. It's not that I should never have it. It's just a reminder. In this moment, I need faith. And that is exactly what um, Jesus said to Peter. Said, Peter, look at here. Satan coming after you, and he's going to sift you. I'm going to pray that your faith fail not. In the middle of this, I need you to tap into your emotions, but don't let your emotions tap into your destiny and prevent you from going there. Here's the third thing: and trust God, not your feelings. Have faith in God, because your feelings will raise the specter. It's the meter that says you need some faith right now, not just your feelings. The third thing is this: feelings create an imaginary world in which they can live, grow, and thrive. In that world, you must inject faith. In order for feelings to thrive and to grow, then they have to create an imaginary world. So what do you do with that? Here's the takeaway that wraps it all in a little package and put a bow on it. Proverbs 4:23 says this: above all else, guard your heart. Above all else, guard your heart. For out of it flows issues of life. So guard your heart. Have you ever noticed this? I'll say this and then we're going to close. Have you ever noticed that even the fruit of the Spirit taps into some of our emotions: kindness, peace, joy, love. So it's not that I abdicate my feelings. No, it's not that I abdicate them. I co-opt them. I co-opt them. They remind me, in this moment, I need faith. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Are you in your feelings? I hope so. And I hope they're pointing you to more faith. See you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.